Negotiation, though often controversial, has long been a tool in conflict resolution, especially when force alone proves insufficient. The Sokoto state government is now considering this option, as it says it is now open to negotiating with bandits terrorizing rural communities in the state. According to the special advisor to the governor on security matters, retired Colonel Ahmed Usman, the states will like to engage in dialogue with any armed group that wants to lay down their arms and live peacefully. Tony, the Sokoto state government, has expressed willingness to negotiate with these armed groups. What is the significance of this? What is the aim?
Why would you be negotiating with terrorists? I don't know. You keep doing this all the time. You see armed robbers, you are negotiating with them. What do you mean? You're empowering them. This thing has been happening over the years, and all these governors, they sit with them, they eat with them.
So when you negotiate, they lay their arms, amnesty in some
you put them into your security network. They sell information. What are we doing? There should be punishment for bad behavior. When you start empowering thieves, criminals, bandits, you failed. You have failed as a leader.
So negotiating with them is empowering the bandits.
You kill people and you negotiate. Why do I negotiate with you? And who told you they've stopped? Who told you they will stop at that point? How are you sure that after negotiating with them, they turn good people? It's absurd when you hear these things at times. Why would the governor even think about it? Want to negotiate with terrorists? People we see on this. Look at them. They brandish all manner of weapons. And then you look. For me, I think they failed in this case. How can you can only do that when you feel this? You are not submissive to them.
So
truly, I think that's what's going on there. Because we see them, they fraternize with police. They have meetings with governors. They eat with them. They know them by name. They live among the people. You cannot arrest them. You tell the security people and operatives not to touch them. We know these things, but we cannot continue to do it. What is the problem? Is there something they know we don't know? Somebody comes to rob you, kill your family members, and you're saying, "Oh, let's negotiate." That is crazy. That is crazy. It's only in Nigeria you hear this kind of thing. It shows that they've come to stay, not state actors. They have everything. They compete with government. They challenge your security apparatus. They dictate what happened in the states. And at the point you say, okay, let's negotiate. Coach, you failed. And you don't have any business being on that seat. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
You have no business being a governor if you and that I think Usman used to be the director for information, Minister of Defense. These are people we look up to. If you are an advisor, which means that's what you're telling the governor to do, you have failed. Look at what's happening in Benue. So tomorrow, the Benue state governor said, let me negotiate with these people. So what happened to those people killed?
What happened to
and
those
you're empowering
people
them. You tell them
the
you can do it and you go
victims?
scot-free.
Those who were kidnapped, those who were raped. What happened? Asuko, Tony is really emotional about this, and I don't blame him.
Yes.
This is not the first time we've seen governments, try to negotiate with armed groups. But has it ever yielded any result or lasting solution?
Benga, it has never yielded any result.
Then why do we keep doing it?
I think I don't know why our governors some of our governors are always looking for quick fixes.
Oh, okay.
To them, they feel it is a quick fix.
Okay.
But the main thing is that, and I keep saying it is because we have always failed to deal with perpetrators of evil, prosecute them, and make them examples. Because look at, for instance, I remember when they started saying that, amnesty for terrorists back then. The Boko Haram terrorists, when they bring them, they de-radicalize them and then bring them back into the system. At the end of the day, when they started paying some of them, because I know they were paying some of them, and the money stopped, What did
So
they do?
they went back to the forest.
That's where they make more money.
They went back. You understand? So it is easy for all these people in government to say, okay, we are going to negotiate with them. But don't forget, when they now go back, because they would have come into your system, they know what you are planning. They know where the monies are. They know all the things that go, because you have already put them in the system. Because if it were before, the police will take them out, or the military will take them out, and they will not be able to come closer. But now you are bringing them into your circle, so they know everything about you. By the time they are tired, or you are not giving them what they want, they will go back to the forest.
They always go back.
They will definitely go back to the forest. So then why are we trying to use non-kinetic approach that is not working? Because as far as I'm concerned, negotiating with these bandits is not working. The best thing that can work for us with these bandits is to send them to the Mecca.
The America.
Direct.
Okay.
Because if you keep doing this, it means that we are supporting crime. So it's beautiful for us to just go kill people and then tomorrow you now negotiate with them. No.
Okay, now, even though you called it quick fix, you said it's not supposed to be. But for a sitting governor who is seeing the people dying, he has tried all sorts of approach, and yet this thing is not stopping.
Sorry, let me add
Now,
this.
yes.
Do you know that if a sitting governor is doing this?
Yes.
Okay. And don't forget, they're already planning on doing state policing. Are
Yes.
you saying by the time they now legalize state policing, these are the people that you now want to bring?
Incorporate into it.
Well, let's not preempt. Though.
When you have started,
It's possible. Because
Yeah, I
they negotiate.
understand.
when you have
But
started the
negotiating.
negotiating with bandits, by the time you start having state police, it means bandits will begin to
Okay,
be the ones
now,
who be running
for a
the
governor who
police.
has tried all sorts of ways just
Then
to
resign.
and
No.
okay, you won't see a
let me
governor
hear you.
resign.
Okay,
Now,
no,
let's
I'm
say
hearing
you
okay.
as a governor, okay, he called it a quick fix. If you're now to negotiate with these armed groups, what should be the terms of the negotiation with this? What should be
I
the...
cannot negotiate with them. I can't sit on the same table with them. I can't sit on the same. First and foremost, I will not sit on the
But
same
your
table.
security advisor is telling you that
No.
this is like...
I will
we
sack
need-
this. If you dare tell me that, I will sack you on that spot. You can't tell me to negotiate with criminals.
Why would you?
Why would
you
you tell
even
me? You're
negotiate
saying
with
people being
criminals?
killed every day. You're not coming to tell me, oh, as a security advisor, is that the best you can tell me? To negotiate with bandits, killers, kidnappers, so they can put their arms down. Then you're failed. You cannot be a security advisor and tell me that. Which means you don't know your job. I'm even better than you as a security, and that's the reason I employed you to give me good advice, not that. So I should negotiate with people who are saying brandishing weapon, killing people, raping people. Then you sit on. I can't face them. That's the reality. I cannot face them. So we should stop doing that as a nation. As I said before, there is something we don't know. There's something somewhere. Because it's not possible. Just take, for instance, on a personal note, on a personal level. Can you say to somebody who has robbed you, for instance, you want to beg him, and you sit on the same table, the trauma and all that, how possible is that?
But when
We should stop, politicians should stop taking Nigerians for granted.
They've
They've not tried enough.
They've not tried enough.
The truth, they've not tried enough. There's something they're not tried enough. They've not tried
Are you
enough.
saying that this one that happened in Benue,
Yes.
maybe one person now comes and says, oh, I'm sorry, forgive me. I was the one that killed the family of so, 20 of them, 20 family, I wiped them off. Please forgive me. So the governor should now sit down with the person.
Exactly. What happens to
Does it
accountability?
make sense? Does it
What
make
happens
sense?
to accountability?
Does it make sense? Somebody they are supposed to
Immediately
arrest him.
But don't
Prosecute
you think that when they do that negotiation, it could even bring more
It has
armed groups
never
back to the
worked.
You know that
table?
this
Guys,
service
never
negotiation you're
works.
talking about is you pay them money.
Yes, now you give them money.
You give
And when
protection
you give
money.
them money,
And you're empowering them.
Well, once you give them money, by the time that
I'm
money
saying, please.
they exhaust the money, they'll go back to the forest.
Now, for Sokoto state government that want to do this, let's say they now do the negotiation. What if these bandits now go against the negotiation? Do they have a plan B? If the Sokoto state government, they now negotiate with these bandits, and
that
they
is
now
that is
renege
why
on
you are
the-
saying that it is.
What is their own
It
plan
shouldn't
B
even
here?
come
It
at
shouldn't
all.
happen in the first place.
That's
There shouldn't
what
be a
I'm saying.
plan B.
There shouldn't be a plan B in this case.
Avoid it.
I think it was Masari that tried this way back.
I don't want to mention his name, but
You know, he tried it way back, and
Meeting them.
eventually he said the thing cannot work. But negotiating with bandits has never worked and will not work. Because he has seen it, because he did it and it didn't work.
Okay, now when
now if you have examples of people who have done this before,
yes,
and it didn't work.
So why
are you going back to? That is why I'm telling you that.
Perhaps he has a different approach to it.
It's like some of them are not using their brains to see how they can solve the problem.
Okay, now
because there are ways to solve this problem.
Okay, now you say there are ways to solve this problem. You both have said negotiation with terrorist bandits is a no-no. Then what should be
When you
done?
arrest
What else?
Okay, when
can
you arrest
be
the criminal,
done?
what happens? We have laws. Follow it to a logical end. Arrest them. Prosecute them publicly.
Exactly.
These people are in the forest. They
Killing
have
people.
porous borders. They move in and out.
So until
then
you
what else can
catch
be
them, when
done
you catch them,
then?
it's like you kill them or you arrest them.
That's simple.
Don't negotiate. Don't sit on the same desk with them.
Have they even arrested them? Have they arrested them?
It should be
This is a
punishment for
bandit
these
that.
things.
Do you know that? From what I read, the bandit actually came. They sat down with the bandit, and then they were doing jojoing.
Is it
If I
the
will
one
use that word.
in Katsina or
No, the one in Sokoto.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
The
And it was running
Aneru or
government,
something,
yeah.
sitting down with a bandit and talking to the. Why? Because eventually, what they will now say is, okay, fine, go and tell your people to come and drop their weapons, surrender their weapons,
Yes.
and when they finish surrendering their weapons, what will happen to the bandit? Government will start feeding the feeding bandits, giving them money. Meanwhile, there are people you have not built schools.
There's some good people who you are not paying.
You are not
So you
paying.
need to be a criminal to be
You understand?
recognized.
So it means that it pays, for me to become a criminal. That is what it means. So the government must find solution, and the solution is once you empower the police, empower the military, let them take these guys out. No need for you to start begging with bandits. By the time they come, by the time they enter into communities, do you know how they attack communities? Do you know how they rape women? Do you know how they kill children? Have you seen the pictures, the one in Benue and Plateau? Do you know by the time when they enter into a community how they raid the place and burn houses?
I mean, for the governor to say they want to negotiate, have they even thought about the impact it will have for the victims of this person?
Exactly.
That is why most of
people they've killed,
when
victims.
those who have been raped.
Do you know that when investors hear these kinds of things, they don't go to states like that?
They turn their back.
Why will an investor who is in Europe, America, or wherever hear that a particular state wants to
Forgive criminals. So for me, it's forgiveness.
negotiate with bandits, and you want the person to come and invest in your state? It won't happen. It won't.
But I hear that
encouraging
in
them.
other big countries like America, they'll say, no, we don't negotiate with terrorists. But they
that
say
is it.
under the table, they still do a little
Yes,
bit
but
of...
do you know
must be
what
valid.
it goes? Do you know what goes through it? You think they will just say, okay, negotiate with terrorists, and at the end of the day, they will now come and empower the terrorists like we are doing? They don't do that. Go and look at all the terrorists that America has even negotiated with, even Israel and co. Go and look at it. Go and look at how the negotiation is.
Bandits. You cannot empower terrorists.
Not even in Nigeria.
That is what Nigeria.
Because we have seen lessons. This one is based on
So
experience.
it has never worked.
It
and
has
it
never
will
worked.
never
It will
do.
never work.
And it will never work.
You only empower them. You embolden them when you do that. They buy more arms. If they turn into a big force.
And it's
Tomorrow
like
you'll be able to
spitting
control
on the
them.
victims
Yeah,
of
they'll
this
be on
bad
alternative
boss.
government
You're
because you won't be
spitting
able
in
to.
their eye.
You won't be able to control them. You fortify them. They buy more weapons, and they start seeing themselves as another arm of government because they have what it takes. They can challenge you to the extent that you start thinking of negotiating.
Well, I want to believe the Sokoto state government, I'm sure they're watching, and I believe they want to.
It's a wrong move.
They will pick something from this. They will pick something.
Meanwhile, these bandits, I'm very sure this negotiation was done without the federal government. Because this same bandit that we are talking about has been in the FG's wanted list. So if, for instance, somebody was in the federal government's wanted list, how will a state governor or government come and be sitting down with that person? So was the NSA involved? Was the Minister of the Defense and the Defense Headquarters, were they involved in this negotiation? So these are some of the things that the government is not
I would
just,
want to believe the
you know,
NSA
so
will be involved. Because he needs to be because
he can't. If the NSA is involved, then there's a problem.
I want to believe
Then there's
so.
a problem.
I would want to believe so.